she would never stop until she got it completed or was able to get it done. Sometimes that is needed to be forceful with certain things, especially when it could benefit everybody. That's one thing that's two things that really stood out in my mind about Sabrina, and I always remember.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight at 11, all eyes now fixed on Election Day now that the writ of elections has been issued. A new medical facility on the way for residents in the Barry Islands. And retired teachers making a major impact in the public school system. Don't touch that remote. The Bahamas tonight at 11 starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. The road to the polls now officially underway here in the Bahamas. A writ of election has been issued, setting the stage for a general election and triggering the countdown to nomination day and the national vote. The chief clerk of the parliament providing more insight on what constitutional processes come into play once a writ of election has been issued ahead of an impending general election. Fern Carey reports.
A writ of election has been issued indicating that a general election is imminent. This as Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, has already confirmed that a general election will take place. The move comes following the dissolution of Parliament a day earlier on Wednesday, April 8th. Chief Clerk of Parliament, David Forbes, explains what happens when a writ of election is issued.
All of the committees of the House, everything will fall away. They die. Everything dies in the dissolution, and then you have to have an election.
The upcoming general election is in keeping with the Constitution, which mandates that a general election be held once every 5 years.
Under the last administration, we didn't go to a full 5 years, and under this administration, we're not going to a full 5 years. But after 5 years, the Constitution will dissolve the Parliament by itself if nobody else does it. So you could do it every 5 years. But now, you begin that count at the first meeting of the House after an election. So it technically could be a little beyond 5 years, but not very much beyond 5 years.
The new parliamentary session will be held on Wednesday, May 20th at 10 a.m.
After the election, the date that is set for the first meeting, we'll have an opening of Parliament with all the fanfare, and the Governor General coming and reading the speech from the throne.
A new legislative agenda will get underway once the new parliamentary session begins. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
The Progressive Liberal Party launched its Blueprint for Progress, an updated manifesto from the previous Blueprint for Change. The launch also accompanied by a list of commitments from the government to continue to work if successfully re-elected. Here's Lloyd Allen.
A crowded room of supporters attended the Wednesday night launch of the Progressive Liberal Party's Blueprint for Progress. Now, among the many speakers were party leader and Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, and Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, both speaking on the issue of leadership and definitive changes that the pre-LP promises into the next term of governance.
Out of the 387 commitments we made in our Blueprint for Change, 325 were completed or in progress. And our country is better for it. I am proud to run on our track record. It is not perfect, but we have lifted the country out of the multiple crises we met and put us on a path of growth and positive national development. Those challenging us should be invited to defend their own track record and explain to the Bahamians the many failures of their previous administration. Our new platform, Building on Progress, commits us to building on those existing plans and expanding on our ambition for the country for the next term.
We believe that the last 4.5 years have been incredibly good for the Bahamas. But we must never forget where we were in 2021. We must never forget the feeling of hopelessness, uncertainty, and vulnerability. there was a cry for transformative change. And there was a cry across this country for stable, compassionate leadership. And our Prime Minister answered that call.
Among the many plans laid out, more new home ownership options. This according to PLP Fort Charlotte candidate Sebastian.
We will significantly expand our rent-to-own program that will simplify access and provide essential workers who serve our country every single day with an opportunity to own themselves a home.
Now, while the Blueprint for Progress is slightly amended from the Blueprint for Change, the party promises once elected, they will continue on their work of improving the totality of the country. Reporting from the Harry Seymour Library for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Thanks a lot, Lloyd. Well, also revealed at last night's Blueprint for Progress launch was the PLP's plan for greater protection of the country's borders and stronger enforcement of its laws. For that part of the story, here's Corval Pyfrom.
National Security Minister the Honorable Wayne Munro laying out Wednesday how a Davis administration's second term will mean a strengthening of immigration laws and implementing harsher penalties against violators. With the issue of fraudulent documents like passports and even voters' cards being used as political ammunition against the government, Munro last night was unequivocal in his message to public officers caught engaging in such illegal activity.
If you facilitate passport fraud or document fraud, you will face mandatory penalties of up to 10 years imprisonment. Or fines up to $50,000 or both.
The government, Mr. Munro says, will strengthen the protection of the nation's borders with clear rules, digital enforcement, and real consequences. This will include daily overstay fines from day one. And the government, he says, will procure a national biometric immigration system and deploy biometric e-gates that flag prior deportees and multiple identity fraud with overstay alerts triggered within 48 hours. The government, he says, will also crack down on employer compliance.
Because for every undocumented worker you have, you will pay. The penalties will rise from $5,000 for your first offense to $10,000 for your second offense, and then up to $15,000 plus 12 months in prison for your third offense. In addition, employers who intentionally and repeatedly break our immigration laws will also face a ban that will preclude them from reapplying for work permits for up to a period.
A Davis 2.0 administration will also see to it, the National Security Minister assured, that migrants are required to have migrant health insurance or enroll in a still-to-be-created migrant health insurance scheme.
No longer will our public health care system have to bear the burden on its own.
Mr. Munro also promising the implementation of a stronger statutory reentry ban system so that foreign nationals who breach immigration laws will face what he calls real consequences when they try to return to the Bahamas. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis urging anyone with knowledge of vulnerabilities, irregularities, or individuals engaging in fraud within the country's passport system to step forward and report it to the police. The appeal comes as he acknowledged serious weaknesses in the system, driven in part by human error, which continue to allow fraudulent documents to slip through the cracks despite strengthened enforcement measures.
We are enforcing our laws. If you know about anyone who is not entitled to have a document that they should have, report it to the police. The police are vigilant. The reason why you know about it is because the police did their job. they're able to arrest someone. So if you know anything about any complaint about fraudulent documents, you have that information, don't just talk about it, report it to the police. The police have a whole team that's have been investigating these matters for the last 2 years. That's why we're able to have over, close to 30 or 40 people before the courts now for fraudulent passports.
And still to come, a new clinic on tap for the Berry Islands. You're watching the Bahamas tonight at 11.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Wait, where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special plate.
How many would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
Hi, this is Spence Finlayson, the Bishop of Motivation. Al Pearce and Diana Finlayson's last child and host of Immediate Response on the ZNS Network. Be sure to tune in every weekday, Monday through Friday, from 10 a.m. to 12 noon for Immediate Response on the ZNS Network.
A long-awaited promise now turning into progress. Shovels in the ground in the Berry Islands today as Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis led a high-level delegation for the groundbreaking of a multi-million-dollar healthcare facility in Bullocks Harbor, Bamboo Key, the Berry Islands. For residents who have had to travel far and often for basic and emergency care, this development signals a major shift, bringing healthcare closer to home for the people of the Berries. Desmond Saunders and cameraman Victor Adderley were there to witness the milestone.
The proposed construction of the $3.5 million healthcare facility in Bullocks Harbor signals welcome news for Berry Island residents who've long faced extensive travel by boat or air to access urgent medical care.
Last year, July, I had to get flown out on emergency flight due to lack of medical reasons and facilities to accommodate my medical condition. So the residents of Berry Islands, it's very tedious having to get air ambulance if you don't have that, So it's very good.
I think it's going to have a powerful effect on residents in the Great Upper Key. We've been needing a new clinic for years.
The clinic will feature a morgue, lab services, and diagnostic care. It will also provide emergency medical services and is strategically designed for access by land and sea. Windus Construction is responsible for the project. Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. the Honorable Michael Darville, is pleased to see it taking shape.
It is not only designed for today, but it is also designed for the growth that we anticipate will take place in the Berry Islands. On coming to office, we made a commitment that we would focus on the family islands so that our brothers and sisters in the family islands have access to the same quality health care as we enjoy in the capital and Grand Bahama.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis says the groundbreaking is a major step toward ensuring accessible health care in the Berry Islands and is part of a broader vision.
The people of the Berry Islands deserve better. You deserve a facility that reflects your right as citizens of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. You deserve care delivered in a setting built for service, dignity, and respect. You deserve the confidence that your government sees you, values you, and is prepared to invest in you. That is what this clinic represents.
Construction on this 7,000 square foot facility expected to begin in 2 weeks, and when completed within 18 months, it will mark a significant milestone and a new frontier for healthcare services on the Berry Islands. Here in the Berry Islands, Desmond Saunders of Bahamas Tonight.
Education Director Dominique McCartney-Russell confirming to ZNS News that just under 100 retired teachers have been engaged and are now being utilized to provide not only quality education for students, but a wealth of experience and efficiency in classrooms nationwide.
We have engaged them in various disciplines, particularly language arts and math, but they're all over. They're in pre-primary, they're in primary schools, they're in the high schools and junior high as well.
Is it working?
Very well. We've had very little issue with our retired teachers.
Don't you move. Charles Fisher is up next with sports.
Tasha, what you saying? Girl, right here, rushing to cash, J.S. Johnson. I gotta renew my insurance. Oh, I with JSJ too, but I don't wait in line. I just pay online. Stop it. How you do that?
Just email info@jsjohnson.com and say, sign me up for an online service center. They'll reach out and hook you up. You ain't never have to stand in line again.
Amen to that.
Save time. Pay online. Sign up for J.S. Johnson's online service center today.
Insurance, peace of mind.
Grand Bahama, the pageant capital, will play host to the hottest youth event of the year. It's the 2026 Exquisite Catamaran Center's Miss Teen Universe Bahamas Preliminaries. Under the patronage of Minister for Grand Bahama and MP for Pine Ridge, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, the most beautiful girls from around the family of islands will compete for the big opportunity to wear the coveted crown. Come and witness the stage heat up in national costume, swimsuit, evening gown, and talent, and a special appearance by Exquisite and Citrus Bahamas pageantry system. It all goes down at the Regency Theater, Friday, April 10th, 7:30 p.m. Admission at the door, $40, and $20 for school students 17 and under. Don't miss the event of the year.
The Hidden Disabilities Sunflower is a globally recognized symbol for persons with invisible disabilities.
The Sunflower lanyard made our journey less stressful, smoother, and more inclusive.
REACH is proud to support the Hidden Sunflower Scheme, which makes the invisible visible. So far, the Nassau Airport Authority and the Nassau Cruise Port are Sunflower certified.
So if you see someone with a sunflower lanyard, always remember to be patient and ask if they need some help. Please be kind and always remember to show respect.
We wish to encourage more hotel operators with amenities such as water parks, restaurants, cinemas, government offices to join this initiative, making the Bahamas a more sunflower-friendly country.
Please feel free to reach out to the REACH office at 328-4123, or you can reach out to the National Commissions for Persons with Disabilities at 396-8700.
Good evening and welcome to your Fun Look at Sports on this Thursday. I'm Charles Fisher. Yes, the champs are back. The 8-time champs returning home to the Lyndon Pinling International Airport on Wednesday afternoon. The banners were out, the cheers were loud, and pictures were taken with the champs.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Amajal Knowles was with the team in Martinique for the Big Splash and gives us a recap on the final night of competition.
On Tuesday night, the Bahamas further cemented itself as the premier junior swimming program in the region, securing an unprecedented 8th straight Carifta Swimming Championship. Final day of competition at the Pierre Samar Aquatic Center in Fort-de-France, Martinique. A look at the medal performances. Girls 11 and 12 50 free. Isabella Monroe taking gold. It'll be a 1-2 punch in the boys 13 to 14 50 free. Kriston Joseph taking gold and Dexter Russell taking the silver. Girls 15 to 17 50-meter free team captain Zoe Williamson would secure a gold medal and would give this emotional interview after the feat.
For the 50 freestyle, I had to focus on myself. Usually I breathe a lot more than I usually did, and I usually look at other people to see where I place myself. But for that 50, I made sure to keep my head down, to keep myself focused, and to finish into the wall hard, because it's one of the things I do best.
Girls 11 to 12 100-meter breaststroke, Star Seymour and Isabella Monroe taking silver and bronze. Girls 13 to 1400 breaststroke, Isabella Curculo securing the silver. Boys 15 to 1700-meter breaststroke, gold there from Tristan Hepburn. And over in the relays, the Bahamas securing gold in the girls 11 to 12 200 free. And the boys 13 to 14 200 free. They then would tack on a bronze in the boys 15 to 17 at 200 free. 242 with a final medal tally of 55, 21 gold, 13 silver, and 21 bronze. The standout performer would be Kriston Joseph, who would take the boys 13 to 14 high point total. Ronald McPhee, the head coach, says despite a slow start, the team was resilient.
Yeah, man, I just told them, stay together, stay focused, like one race at a time. They're prepared for this for many, many months and years, right? We have, I just told them, man, have some fun, let's get out there and let's race. And, they came out, they stuck together. Our team captains did an excellent job, keeping our younger ones. And, once those 11 and 12, the youngest one saw the seniors stepping up, getting some medals, making finals, and then dropped down.
Echoing a similar sentiment was Bahamas Aquatics president, Algernon Cargill.
About us that the team pulled together. We knew coming to Martinique we would be in a very, very close fight with both Jamaica and Trinidad, and we expected Cayman to be up there. Nevertheless, the team showed that what we at Bahamas are very proud. We came in as a 7-time defending champions, and we were determined to win Carifta, irrespective of all the odds that faced us.
As for where the Bahamas will hope to defend its crown and pick up a 9th straight title, we'll hear more about that story in tomorrow's Sportscast. For Zennis Told Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Meantime, the track and field team returned home late Tuesday evening, was hosted by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture on Wednesday, where they heard from Sports Minister, the Honorable Mario Boleg.
I want to take this opportunity to congratulate each and every one of you athletes, coaches, and executive of B3As who made up Team Bahamas. And of course, the number one support you had behind you was your parents, who was there on the trip. So I say congratulations to each and every one of you. I know some of you might have tried your best and didn't get a medal, but it didn't matter if you get a medal. You made the Team Bahamas. And when you wear these aquamarine black and gold, we are always proud to see those colors. I wasn't there with you this year, and this is the first time in 4 years that I did not travel with this Carifta team. Of course, Judy's calls and I could not make it, but I want you to know, every time I had an opportunity to look, watch it on the live link or watch it on television, I was there cheering for you.
With that said, back to the swimmers, who were also invited to the ministry today, but the showing was not supportive as only a handful came out. Boleg addressing the issue.
The ministry moved early to coordinate welcome arrangements for this team's return. No concerns were raised to us at that stage. In my absence and in the absence of the Director of Sports, who was unwell, senior representatives of the ministry attended the airport to welcome the team. Upon arrival, they were advised that their presence would be unnecessary. That too forms part of this record. Our athletes deserve clarity. They deserve fairness. They deserve a conversation grounded in facts. And they deserve a country that keeps the focus where it belongs, on their achievement, their work, and their future. Any suggestion that political engagement took priority over the recognition of these young people would be inaccurate. I would never place my engagement above welcoming home a team that continues to carry our flag with honor and distinction.
We will continue to follow this story. Somewhat lost in the attention of the Carifta teams was the performance of former world and Olympic champ Shawnee Miller-Uibo. She's back running her fastest 2-minute time of 22.44 seconds. That's the fastest since 2022. And that was done this weekend at the Florida Relays.
We're changing up a few things, trying to execute the curve a little bit better. And I think we did a pretty good job today. Like I said, still a lot of things we have to work on. The home stretch, I kind of gave it away. But, you know, I'm pretty happy with it. I feel really strong. My top end speed has always been there. It's just, like I said, the initial speed that we're working on and just trying to get the flow back in. So thankful just to be back and to hopefully put on a show for everybody this season. Like I said, I want to get back into it and I really just get into it with the girls and just be able to put on great performances for the rest of the year. I've been injury-free so far for the season, and I've been able to train, and training has been really fun. And, you know, I think this is the longest I've ever been without some sort of injury, and so just getting back into it and just enjoying training and enjoying the process of competing again. And, yeah, I think we're going to have a lot of fun this season.
Good to see Shawnee back. And that's going to be it for Sports Thursday. I'm Charles Fisher. Thanks for watching.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. On Long Island, we've helped 77 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $1.9 million in approved funding, the SBDC is strengthening Long Island's economy by investing in its leading sectors: fishing, transportation, and agriculture. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SBDC, Bahamas.
Did you know that if a fire starts in your home, you may have as little as 2 minutes to escape? Keep your family and home safe with these few fire safety preparation and prevention tips. Ensure that your home has working smoke detectors. They will alert you if there is smoke and fire in your home. Install a smoke detector on every level of your home, inside each bedroom and outside each sleeping area. Test smoke detectors every month and change the batteries every 6 months. Home fires can spread rapidly, and every second counts. Create an escape plan and practice it with everyone in your home. Make sure everyone can safely escape in less than 2 minutes. Keep escape routes as clutter-free as possible so no one trips or falls on the way out during an emergency. In addition to smoke detectors, fire extinguishers is an important device to have on hand. To use a fire extinguisher, remember the acronym PASS. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the handle, and sweep from side to side at the base of the fire. We must all do our parts to ensure that our families and homes are safe in the event a fire occurs. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the Director of Fire Services, and all officers of the Fire Department, let's work together to help prevent fires, because fire safety is everyone's responsibility, and the life you save may be your own.
And it's time now for a weather check with Diane Dorset. Good evening, Diane.
Our satellite picture shows a broad area of cloudiness eastward and moving away from the Bahamas, with the trailing cold front now moving into the southeast Bahamas, where it will gradually dissipate. However, windy conditions will begin to impact the island chain starting Saturday and continue through the middle of next week. Now let's take a quick check on temperatures around the Family Islands. In the northwest Bahamas, it's 79 degrees in Freeport City and Green, Turtle Key, 76 in Allenstown, Bimini, 78 in Bullocks Harbor, and for Marsh, Shaba Abaco, 77 degrees. In Fresh Creek, Central Andros, it's 78, Camp Space, South Andros, 80 degrees, 77 in Harbor Island and Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 78 degrees in Arthurstown, Kid Island, San Salvador and Rumkey, 81 down in Georgetown, Exuma, and for our southernmost islands, it's 84 degrees in Clarencetown, Crooked Island, and Ragged Island, 86 in Bassy Bay and Auckland, and for Matthews Hainago, 82 degrees. Now for our neighbors in the south, the Turks and Caicos Islands, 84 degrees. Tonight, you can expect partly cloudy and windy conditions, a brief shower or two in some spots later on, and a low of 71 degrees. And as for tomorrow, variable cloudiness with a couple of showers, mainly early and windy, with a high of 77. Now, as that front moves eastward and away from us, instead of the heavier rains we got early this week, we'll get more of those quick-moving light to moderate showers across the area. So over the next 7 days, you can expect a morning shower or two followed by clearing skies, giving way to warm, breezy days and cool, breezy nights through next Thursday. Once again, during this time, boaters and beachgoers are asked to exercise extreme caution, and swimmers are urged to stay out of the water. That's your late night look at weather. As always, rest easy, stay cozy, and thanks for staying up with us.
Thanks, Diane. Well, that does it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. From all of us here at ZNS, I'm LaDawn Davis. Make it a great evening, everyone.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.